Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book, Networking Like a Pro and Winning in Direct Sales. And I gotta tell you, I am fired up here today because I wanna talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. I know that as direct sales professionals, you guys certainly are dealing with this as well in most cases. It's something that I personally kind of had to deal with, and it has to do with what I call the energy snatchers, okay? So let me kind of back up here for a second. So first of all, I come from a place of that there is only a certain amount of energy that you have to be able to do things during the course of a particular day. Okay, so one of the things that I talk about a lot is this idea of manage your energy versus managing your time. And we won't get into that right now. We'll maybe do that for another video or whatever. But essentially the kind of Reader's Digest version of that is that you only have a certain amount of energy during the course of a day, and that you really need to manage that versus your time. The traditional approach is I've got all this time, I only have a certain amount of time, and I gotta get everything in. And I don't believe that's the most successful way to be able to be successful and happy at the same time. Okay, so I come from this place of manage your energy, not your time. Now, in terms of being able to be successful and kind of what I like to think of as an everyday success habit is you got to think about and look at what I call the energy snatchers. Now, what are energy snatchers? These are things that they're very specific. These are things that don't move you forward, that require a lot of energy, and they're usually not big fish. Okay, so let me say that again. These are things that don't move you forward, usually require a lot of your energy, and are not big fish. So let me give you a perfect example of that. Like one of them might be that your email goes down, or you're trying to log in to do something on Facebook, and all of a sudden it throws you all over the place, or I don't know, that's even like on the business side. An energy snatcher also, if you work from home, is like you're doing something and maybe the kids come in. And I'm not saying the kids are bad, by the way. I'm just saying, it just all of a sudden, it's not an emergency, it's not a this, it's just Johnny wants to, I don't know, talk or whatever, right? Doing the laundry, things that are small fry. And again, I'm not saying the kids are small fry, I'm just saying it's a distraction. Things that are small fry that are not moving you forward take up usually 10 to 20 to 30 minutes of your time, okay? And they usually, here's the through line with these, they all derail you. These energy snatchers usually come up when you're working on a project, trying to finish something, pretty big. They always come up and try to derail you. One of the things that will happen is, like for me, and it's usually technology oriented, like I said. So I've had situations where I've had situations where I'm trying to do something on Facebook, like some ads or whatever, and then all of a sudden, boom, something comes up and it takes you 20 minutes. Right? And you just like, oh my gosh. And the other thing too, notice I said it doesn't move you forward. So what that means is energy snatchers are not things where, okay, let me just put a little time towards this, but when I'm done, I will, I'll be better off than what I was, a half hour ago. No. Energy snatchers are things that come up that just make it so that you are on par with where you were. All they do is take your time and energy. Okay. And what I tell people in terms of an everyday success habit is you need to be able to stay focused on where it is you're trying to go, as well as be cognizant that energy snatchers even exist. See, like 2-3 years ago, I didn't even know that they existed. I don't know. Let me just knock this out real quick. Oh, okay, I guess I'll do that. And I was just kind of getting not crazy, but I had a tendency to get buffeted if I didn't watch out. Okay, so what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to stay focused, obviously. You want to be able to stay cognizant of energy snatchers. Here's a really great way to avoid those. Obviously, cognizance is one of them. But the other thing is to actually have, and I've talked about this before, you actually have to have a high impact, to-do list. That's right there in front of you. One of the other, because that keeps you focused. You're like, no. I'm spending my, Deb likes to talk about the power hour, right? I'm doing a power hour on, making calls for my recruiting, or I'm doing a power hour on, I don't know, doing some product stuff, or I'm doing a power hour on setting up this next consult or this next event, or I'm doing a power hour, working with the team. That's the other thing. Sometimes you have team members who will try to be energy snatchers, and you know where I'm talking about. Okay, I'm just saying. So be cognizant of what's going on. Understand that there's some things that are out there. Having a high impact to-do list is a great little tool. I'll tell you another tool that I use is I will use my cell phone for like a timer. So if I'm working on a project that's an hour, or a half hour or 2 hours, I'll actually put the timer on. Okay, just I got a thing. I got a little stand at IKEA for $4.99. Right, one of those little bamboo stands at IKEA. I put the thing. I put my watch, my phone on there. I put the thing on for the timer. Boom. I don't know what it is about the timer, the stopwatch going. It just makes me feel more focused. Like, okay, I gotta. I have an hour. I have 40 minutes. I have 30 minutes. I have 2 hours. Try that as well. That also keeps you, focused. And then the last thing I would say is going back to the kids. You want to be able to talk with them. Now, I personally don't have kids, but one of the things, I know Deb talks about this a lot, which is, tell them, listen, mommy's working for the next 30 minutes, or daddy's working for the next 20 minutes, or I need to be able to, be quiet. Unless someone's, bleeding, then you're gonna have to make sure you take care of that yourself. Talk to your spouse. Hey, listen, I'm gonna knock out a few, 40 minutes worth of work. Can you just make sure you take care of the kids here real quick? Those types of things will be able to help you, again, stay away from the energy snatchers, and at the global level, help you be more successful because you'll have more time and energy to put into whatever it is that you're trying to do that will actually help you move forward, whether that's recruiting or whatever the case may be. All right. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it's something that you can see yourself doing. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.